Hello, it's Tamika, a new me 1109. I'm trying something new. I'm actually recording with my iPad. Just picked this up probably about a week ago. So let's see how this works. I guess I can upload straight to YouTube. I actually made a video yesterday and I was messing around with it in iMovie and can't figure out how to use it because I'm not an Apple person, and perhaps if I used iMovie on a Mac, then using it on an iPad would be a little easier. So at some point I got frustrated, said whatever, forget it, I'll make another video tomorrow. Not that the one that I made yesterday was bad or anything like that, but it was like 17 minutes long. I did a whole bunch of talking, so I wanted to edit some of what I was saying out. So I'll try to keep this short. So let's see, let's talk about the numbers in case you're new to my channel. My highest weight was 288 pounds. The day of surgery I was 274 pounds. Got to my goal weight August 2010. So I had surgery on November 9th, 2009. Got to my goal weight August 2010. My initial goal weight was 175. And by the time I got on the scale in August, I was 168. Decided to let my body do what it wanted to do, and I am at 156. 156 is a comfortable weight for me. I do fluctuate from time to time, and I can go up to 161. I don't necessarily consider that a gain because I believe that that's within the range that I'm comfortable with. And so I've never necessarily gone back up to 168, but I have gone up to like 161, 162. And then what do? I do what I know to do, and I make sure that I start eating 3 meals a day. I make sure that my water intake is what it needs to be. My current goal is 3 liters a day, and I make sure that my protein level is where it needs to be. And as soon as I do those things, then I go back to my 156. So I know that, working the rules and working your band and doing what you need to do in order to assist your tool works, because I do that from time to time. If I get off track and eat once or eat twice, then my body will retain a few pounds. It's just something that I've noticed over the past 20 months, and so I try to make sure that I'm eating 3 meals every day. That's usually one of my goals. I do set 20 months out. I set daily goals for myself. Sometimes I communicate them on Facebook. Sometimes I don't. And a lot of times that 3 meals a day thing is one of the goals that I set for myself because I don't necessarily feel hunger. So remember those old commercials where they were talking about taming the lion? My lion has been tamed. Tallulah, my lap band, tames my lion. So I know some people say, oh, that was a lie, that doesn't happen, I still feel hunger, Once I changed my mind about food, I feel as though my body sort of fell in line with that. And when I say change my mind about food, I really did some work on making sure that I'm not using food to satisfy any type of emotion. So happiness, sadness, anything in between. I was an emotional eater, had been one for the vast majority of my life, and so I make sure that I don't use food to soothe any emotions or to self-medicate in any way. And once that sort of clicked for me, then I realized that, food didn't have that much importance in my life anymore. And it's something that I can forget. And so I have to say to myself, eat 3 times. Another thing is my meal times are pushed back. So like most bandsters, I don't feel hunger. Or, let's see, erase that. Because I just talked about the fact that I don't feel hunger most times. If I eat too early in the morning, I PB. So my band is very tight in the morning, like most of us. And so with that, to avoid eating soft and mushies all the time, sometimes I eat yogurt, but sometimes I get tired of it and I want to eat like eggs or, just some regular food. And so I've adjusted my meal times. So my breakfast is typically between 10:30 or 11 o'clock in the morning, which means my lunch is usually about 2:30, 3 o'clock. And dinner is anywhere between 6, 7, 8, sometimes 9 or 10. I'm not the person who says, like Oprah, make sure that you eat your last meal before 7 o'clock. I don't follow that because I know that I have to push all of my earlier meals back. Nothing necessarily happens to me physically if I'm eating at like 8, 9 o'clock at night. So that's a little bit about my eating. Let's see. If you were to ask me right now, 20 months into this journey, what has helped me be successful? I'm sitting outside and there's a fly. Ooh, I hate flies. They're so nasty. If you were to ask me what has assisted in my success, I would definitely tell you that being diligent. There's a dog. Somebody's walking their dog. He's like huge. He's a Great Dane. They're walking down the street, and my dogs are barking like crazy. They're foolish, but see, this is when I need to edit stuff like this out. Anyway, what has helped me or allowed me to be successful? I would definitely say being diligent, knowing what I'm eating, counting calories, journaling my food, counting protein, keeping track of the amount of liquid that I'm drinking. All of those things has assisted with my success on this journey. So it all boils down to the basics. What were those 10 things that my surgeon, my bariatric program, Kaiser Northern California, told me that I needed to do in order to be successful? And I make sure that I do those things. I make sure that I eat as clean as possible without a lot of junk. I make sure that I cook for the most part. Within the last couple of weeks, I haven't really been cooking that much at home. Been traveling a little bit and stuff like that. And so when that happens, I make sure that I'm picking good choices. I'm making sure that I'm looking at the nutritional facts in restaurants, and I'm making sure that I'm picking things that don't have a whole bunch of extra junk in it. And then I'm listening to my body, and I stop eating when I've had enough. That's another key. I stop when I've had enough, not when my plate is empty. And I also have a folder in Facebook that is called that. Stop when you have enough, not when your plate is empty. Because I want that to be a constant reminder to myself as well as to my friends on Facebook that, we don't have to overeat. And, that thing that our parents told us, our family told us when we were growing up, the kids are starving in Africa and you have to clear your plate, that no longer applies to us, and we shouldn't be teaching our kids that either. That just sort of leads to obesity. So I have to have a constant reminder, therefore I have a folder. And I tell you, I don't necessarily think that there's a time that goes by that I don't post something in that folder and show a plate that still has food on it. Sometimes it's 1 or 2 bites. Sometimes it's half a plate of food. If I'm out, when I'm home, I'm measuring my food. So a lot of times it's like, okay, I had 3 bites left. And it doesn't mean that if you start with 3/4 cup of food, if you have 3 or 4 bites left, it doesn't mean you eat it. That was something I had to learn very early on. And, I found myself getting frustrated in the very beginning of the journey because I used to think, oh my gosh, I'm only eating half a cup of food. And, 3 bites in, I'm full. It's only half a cup of food. I want to eat the whole half a cup of food. But no, we really need to listen to our bodies. And if you've had enough, put the spoon down, put the fork down, push away from the table, and leave it alone. And I don't say, okay, I'm going to, allow myself to breathe for a couple minutes and then, 30 minutes later I'm going to go back to it. No, I'm done. If that was lunch, that was lunch. It's over, and I move on with my life. So those are just a couple of things that has helped me over the past 20 months. I'm in contact with a lot of newbies, and one thing that I want to make sure that I say on YouTube is make sure that you're following your surgeon's instructions. If you don't have instructions, go back and get them. be in contact with your dietitian, your nutritionist, be in contact with folks who can assist you, who can help you if you don't know what you're supposed to be eating. Contact them, get meal plans, get ideas of, what can I eat? What are some of the things that I could be eating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? And people will help you. People want to help you be successful. Make sure you're following those rules. If you're feeling like you're not seeing sort of instant results, know that if you work the plan and you help your tool, things will come together for you. It might not happen as quickly as you want it to, but be diligent, be consistent, and know that it will happen for you at some point. Remember, we're all different. We all lose at different sort of rates. Remember, comparison can be deadly. If we compare ourselves with each other, that can really hurt us because it can be demotivating. So make sure that as much as possible you're not doing that. And believe in yourself. Know that you took a step to fight obesity, and believe that you will be successful. And be your biggest cheerleader. Set goals, put rewards in place, make sure you're rewarding yourself. If you said you're going to get a pedicure when you lose the next 10 pounds, make sure you do it. However big or large, however big or small your rewards are, make sure that you have them in place. And expect good things. So, I'm recording again with this iPad. We'll see how it works. And if it works great, then I'll make sure that I am making videos more often. What I plan on doing is going through my inboxes both on Facebook and on YouTube and answering some questions. Maybe I'll do sort of like a little marathon of answering questions over the next couple of weeks. It was good chatting with you guys, and I shall talk to you later. All right, bye.